What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you that WNBA slate breakdown for the 5. Yes, I said it, 5-game WNBA slate. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the stuff your boy posts over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos help you guys win some money. Now, if you guys are looking for my player pool, my core, all that good stuff, check the link down in the description for the Patreon. The Pat is right there for you guys. As you guys can see, last night's core was Kennedy Burks, Angel Reese, Salon, Kennedy Burks went out there and did their thing. Angel Reese let me down, but if you had Cardosa or if you use the player pool that I post up over here, then you definitely could have went out there and had yourself a decent day, decent night for sure. Outside of just stuff that I post, you get my boy BK, who also posts his prop plays for not only just prize picks, but underdog for, can't remember the other site that he has up here, but he posted for everywhere, for literally anywhere that props are available. Chalkboard, there we go. Chalkboard, whatever. Like whatever you play your props on, he's got you covered in regards to it because you will be able to get that stuff. So definitely check that out if you guys have not done so already. A link for that is down in the description below. Definitely $5 makes your money back. We got 5 games. We got some injury news. Now, this is going to be my second time recording this video. I'm going to be very honest. First one, I felt like I rambled a little bit too much. So I'm going to try to cut the little bit of extra chit chat, jabba that I like to do when it comes down to it and just give you guys the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes, because there's no reason the video should be 25-30 minutes long. New York Liberty backing up back-to-back. Jonquil Jones game time decision. Need to know if the hamstring injury is real or if she just rested. If Jonquil Jones is going to be back, I would imagine that maybe we see a Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, somebody else get rested, and we probably still will get Kennedy Burks in the starting lineup. Washington Wizards, Cone, not worried about that. It's we got, you know, Aaliyah Edwards, Shakira Austin. Everyone is back pretty much. We don't got to worry about Cone and whatnot. Connecticut Sun might be the start of the tank for them. Marina Mabrey, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, game time decisions. Need to know if they're going to be in or out. Luckily, this is one of the first games, so we will know that news. Indiana Fever, they are still without Caitlin Clark. Going to be like that for another week or so. Minnesota Lynx, Nafisha Collier. She's a game time decision. We got to know if she's going to be in. For the Phoenix Mercury, really no news to report over there for them. They look pretty good. The game of the night, Las Vegas Aces taking on the Los Angeles Sparks. Rickea Jackson, she's out again already. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with you this year, Rickea. Las Vegas Aces, nothing to report over there for them. Atlanta Dream, Brittany Griner expect to be back today. And then for Seattle Storm, Alicia Clark, she's a game time decision. Head on over to DraftKings, the site I play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the K. What y'all doing? All right. Connecticut Sun taking on Indiana Fever. Honestly, for Connecticut, if Marina Mabrey misses, then it's going to be the Tina Charles show. Tina, she already takes a ton of shots to usage. You can actually attack any with the opposing bigs. Like, I wouldn't mind taking it if Tina is going to be the primary main person, then we can go there. If Olivia Nelson-Ododa misses, I think we could get Anisha Morrow. Morrow possibly could start. And I would be inclined to think about playing Morrow just because I know what she can go out there and do if she's given the minutes. Now, she hasn't given us anything to write home about so far in the season, but definitely it could be a nice GPP option if you are playing multiple lines on this 5-game slate. GPP option. Don't plant your flag on Murrow unless you got an Oracle and you can see the future. Outside of that, if Marina Mabrey is in, then of course all the usage and everything that she has, I wouldn't mind just going to Mabrey. But outside of that, Shania Rivers, she's just been up and down. GPP option. If Mabrey was to miss, I would imagine that we should get Bria Hartley in the starting line, and at 4K, she would be the value option I would take to get me off of the Sydney Colson chalk, which should be just out in full force because Sydney Colson, 31 minutes last game. Sydney Colson will be starting once again here. They don't have Caitlin Clark unless they decide to shake it up and put Lexi at the 1 and start Cunningham at the 2 or 3 or something like that. Or start Cunningham at the 3 or Kelsey Mitchell at the 1, Lexi Hull at the 2, Cunningham at the 3. Unless they decide to do something like that, Sydney Colson's going to start. She's going to get the minutes, and she just is like, damn, I got to play Sydney Colson. Like, damn. And I ain't gonna lie, it's 2025. I did not think that I would be seeing Sydney Colson in a starting lineup unless, yeah, it was like the end of the season or something like that. That's just crazy that Sid is already playing some minutes. But one of the weaker fantasy point per minute players, but still, it's just, yeah, I'm gonna move on from that now. But on the flip side of things over here for the Indiana Fever, I do like Aaliyah Boston. I think this is a much better matchup and spot for her versus the Connecticut Sun versus what she just had to go up against in the Washington Mystics because they are a decent defensive team, especially versus opposing bigs. Now, she was able to go out there and drop 35.25 fantasy points, was a contributor across all aspects of the game. So I do like the upside at 9-9. It just makes sense for her in this position spot. Outside of that, Natasha Howard, for whatever reason, she got benched in that last game in the second half. It didn't make any sense. She was cooking. She looked really good. She really did. I don't know what the hell happened right there, but Natasha Howard, 9,200, I could definitely go back there. She should be able to have an upside position in this spot. Kelsey Mitchell, she's not going to be dealing with someone face guarding her in this matchup with like Sykes. So this should be a game where she should be able to get off. Definitely 4 of 6 from the field. I want to see a couple more shots with Caitlin Clark not being there, and definitely you to give me some more upside. I understand that Wnba Bonner, she cooked. She went out there, she had her Wnba Bonner game for the season. 25 minutes, 34 fantasy points. If you think that she's going to do that going back to Connecticut, I mean, hey, or Connecticut coming to them, go ahead. But I'm not gonna chase that. Outside of that, Lexi Hull, I have no clue why Lexi Hull is still priced at 7,200. She should be priced down to where Sophie Cunningham is priced where Lexi Hull should be priced at. I don't understand it and I don't get it. But Lexi Hull definitely would rather play her over Cunningham right now, 5,300, and she's actually starting, and she can play over 20 minutes right now. That's not looking like the case for Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham, she's capped at 20 minutes for whatever reason or whatsoever. But I'm not gonna go there. I would much rather play Lexi Hull. Sydney Colson, of course. Yeah, that would be mainly where I would go to over there for them. New York Liberty taking on the Washington Mystics. Like I said before, we have to get the news on what's going on with Jonquil Jones. If she's in, if she's out, is it hamstring real? Is it not? If JJ is out, then of course, really don't gotta beat a dead horse. Brianna Stewart, Serena Linescu, Natasha Cloud. Like that's what we're gonna look to. That's what we're gonna go right back to over there. Kennedy Burke, she'll get the start. Value, get your pivot off of your Sydney Colson. Now, if Jonquil Jones is in, I would imagine that somebody's going to have to sit. JJ would be the freshest out of everybody. Starters had to play heavy minutes yesterday versus the Golden State Valkyrie. Then, of course, we can go over to JJ if everyone else is still going to be in. I wouldn't mind it. She can stretch the floor, knock out some threes. It is going to be a much tougher matchup going up against the Washington Mystics. But I will say this. JJ's ability to stretch the floor on top of the fact of you can get Kiki, Shakira Austin, all those guys into foul trouble because JJ is a vet. She's a much bigger center. She can definitely do that. And I'm not worried about Dolson in that regards. So I do like the upside right there. Outside of that, it is a Cloud, quote unquote, revenge game going up against a former team in DC and whatnot. So, of course, Cloud has burned the last 2 games. Cloud has not been great for our fantasy production or anything that we've been looking for in the last 2 games. Definitely can go over here to Cloud, get her at low ownership. I do believe she will be low owned, especially with some of the other guards that we have on today's slate. I wouldn't mind going there. I'm not going to chase the Sabrina big game. Sykes is going to be on that like white on rice. Not going to chase it at all whatsoever. We just saw that Sykes just put some clamps on Kelsey Mitchell, made her have a mid game out there for herself and for her standings. So I would much rather go over here to Cloud. When it comes down to it. Outside of that, Kennedy Burks is the only other person I really do have some interest in over there. Washington Mystics, Brittany Sykes, I just talked her up. Of course, I'm going to go right over here to Sykes. She's going to be going up at her girl, Natasha Cloud. The back and forth is going to be beautiful. It's going to be nice. 2 dogs going at each other. I take that. Dog fight right there. 10-1, rightfully so. All of the uses that she has over here for this team, it just makes sense. Now, if she starts slow, don't worry. She can pick it up. She can get fast. It's all right. It's cool. It's going to be okay. Outside of that, Citron, I really hate that her price is still at 8.5. It should be more into the 7K range. Like, I get it. She has usage. She's playing the minutes. We're going to get her to pop 1 game randomly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll go out there and be able to give us like a 35, 40 fantasy point outing. I don't think that's going to be necessarily today versus New York Liberty. But at her price, I wish it would drop down just a little bit. Outside of that, Kiki she's good. Even with all the bigs being back, Kiki is still good. My double prediction versus Indiana Fever kind of just like it completely just popped. But needless to say, Kiki, I don't mind taking her here versus New York Liberty, especially if we're not going to have to deal with like Brianna Stewart. Maybe if Brianna Stewart was to sit, just because Kiki should be able to do whatever she wants to do against whoever they put out there. And she's playing very well. Like, yeah, I can't speak highly enough. GPP option when it comes down to it, especially just because you do have Aaliyah Edwards, Shakira Austin, and the fouls that Kiki does like to pick up. That's just always going to be a thing. Jay Melbourne, the price is just a little bit too much for someone that's coming off the bench. I understand she plays technically more minutes and over Suge Sutton, but I'm not going to force that. That's just a bit too rich for my blood. Los Angeles Sparks taking on the Las Vegas Aces. We already know that this is revenge season right here. Kelsey Plum, Derek and Hamby, both of these guys. I want to find a way to like legit play both of them in my line. Like I want to have a revenge lineup when it's all said and done for tonight's slate. I want one. I got to have one when it comes down to it. Just because both these guys, you know, going up against their former team, Kelsey Plum, she was just traded away this offseason, even though she wanted to leave. I understand that the feeling was mutual, but, you know, her going back to the Aces for the first time, you know that there's got to be something just pumping in her to go out here and have a good game. Like, and guards have actually done pretty well going up against the Las Vegas Aces so far on the season. So I definitely could see a decent game out here for Plum. And she's been showing us, man, like, she's doing much better than what she did last season. Completely much better. I understand it's a different team, different role, but I like the upside, like the position, like the spot. Same thing for Derek Hamby. We already know what she likes to do whenever she goes up against the Aces, and she is cooking and rolling right now. So I do like both of them. If I was to start a GPP line, this is where I would start it at right here, would be with these two. For me, and there's enough value on today's slate to make it work, if we're being honest. Outside of that, everyone else over here, unless you want to pivot off of Hamby down to Azurá Stevens, you can do that instead. And then Odysseus Sims, she's there, we can mess with that, but I don't feel any need to mess with anyone else over here for it when it comes down to it. On the flip side of things, Las Vegas Aces. Now, most people are going to try to run it back with A'ja Wilson. A'ja is A'ja. Yes, she has cooked going up against the Sparks herself as well. I can see it, I get it, I dig it, I understand what you're saying, but Jackie Young, this is one of those Jackie Young can go out here and give us a 35-40 fantasy point outing game. This is that spot, and I like the upside. 8-8 just makes so much sense to me. Like the price tag, leaves me with 6,700. I could put some value down here and then still be able to build decently right here at my forward position at spot. I like the upside for her here, unless you decide and you think that Mask Mamba Lloyd can go out here and give you something decent, but GPP relies too much on the scoring. Chelsea Gray going up against her young protege and Kelsey Plum, you think maybe she decides she wants to take out the old whipping stick cane and show her a little something and remind her who her elder is. But it should be nothing but love between all these guys out here when it comes down to it. But if I got to choose, it's going to be Jackie Young. A'ja Wilson be the main two that I want to focus on getting over here, just because Jackie, opposing small forwards, have done pretty well going up against the Sparks around the season, especially while Rickea Jackson has missed and been out. And then A'ja Wilson, she's just always going to be a matchup problem for anybody and everybody. 12-2, it is priced up there. Definitely, it would be the choice. Do I want to play A'ja or do I want to play Fee? If Fee plays is going to be the question, though. If Fee plays. Everyone else, there's no need or to get cute or anything like that. I don't see a need, reason, or want to do that. Minnesota Lynx taking on the Phoenix Mercury. I'll be very honest. I wouldn't mind if he misses, just because it allows for a decent spot for Alana Smith and Jessica Shepard to be able to pop off. I do like Jessica Shepard, especially because if he misses, Shepard should move into the starting lineup. More than likely, we'll be playing that 4 spot. Now, granted, she can play center because she has played that out there with Fee while Alana was out. Either way, I do like the upside, and I think this is going to be a good spot. Opposing bigs have actually done pretty well going up against the Phoenix Mercury, especially rebounding bigs. And that's one of those things that Jessica Shepard actually does pretty well, and I do like the upside. Same thing for Alana. Both these guys can rebound pretty well, but Alana, I imagine that she would actually slide to the floor because she can stretch the floor. She does like to shoot her threes and things of that nature. And I mean, just look at the stat sheet from the last time going up against Seattle versus Seattle, bro. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 16 points, 2 or 3 from 3. Like, she's a great player. She's out there. She's good. If he was to miss, Courtney Williams is going to get all the usage, quote unquote, when it comes down to it. The usage should be sky high in regards to it. Could see a couple more shots. I understand Kayla McBride is back. Yes, Kayla McBride is back. She's there. But this should be a good bounce back. Well, not even bounce back. A good Courtney Williams show. She bounced back versus Seattle last time. 10 of 18. She's taking the shots. And if he was to miss, she's going to still take those exact same shots, but also the setup, the playmaking, those things like that. It would be a completely different defensive scheme that Phoenix should be able to run. And honestly, you can take your assist versus the Phoenix Mercury. Let me make sure I'm not tripping to myself. Yeah, you can take your assist versus the Phoenix Mercury. So I do like the upside for Courtney Williams right here as well, just as a playmaker and everything. But Jessica Shepard, Alana Smith, if he was to miss, those two are very high on my radar. And honestly, of course, the 200 less you can get going out here, Jessica Shepard, I like the upside. As you guys can see, I gave you a pretty decent like late slate. If you are looking for a late slate core, boom, you got one right there. I would run this as a late slate core. Like, I like the upside, love it. On the flip side of things, this is still going to be a tough matchup and a tough out for my people over here, Satu Sabi and Alyssa Thomas. Yes, they have all the uses and everything over here for this team. It just makes sense when it comes down to it because they are the main driving force over here. But when everyone else is shooting and they're doing pretty well, they can actually play decent ball. Monique will be the main one that I want to look to over here on the side, just because she is seeing the minutes, she is seeing consistency, and she's consistently giving me 20 plus fantasy points. She will be a direct pivot off of Kennedy Burks if Kennedy Burks is not going to start or be out there for the New York Liberties. I like the upside, definitely makes for a good value option that I can get to, and I wouldn't mind playing that right there. But I'm not going to reveal my hand for what my last couple of plays would be right here into this line right here, because I really do like the upside for this line. But outside of that, side to AT, I don't have to beat it like a dead horse right there. You guys know those guys. If you think the game stays close, it would be a reason for them in regards to them actually going out there having a good game. But the matchup is going to be tough for both of them. Atlanta taking on Seattle. We should get Brittany Griner back. I do like the upside for Brittany Griner going up against Seattle. We have seen opposing bigs actually have decent games versus them. I think this is a good buy low bounce back spot for Brianna Jones. Like Bree Jones did not play well without Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner being back, she played well when BG was there. So could be a buy low spot. Definitely could get a upside play from her here with her being back in the line. Now, outside of that, Alicia Gray would be the only other person I would honestly focus on getting to over here for Atlanta, just because she has shown the consistency, the playmaking, the scoring, everything. She's averaging almost 20 points a game right now. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists is what she's averaging when I looked at her averages. Well, yeah, it's right there. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I just said it's right there. And 38 fantasy points a game. So I like the upside. Good spot. She shouldn't have to deal with the Gabby Williams defense. That should be Ryan. So I do like the spot for her. And then Brianna Jones. Outside of that, Brittany Griner, if she's not on the minutes limit, definitely, of course, makes sense and wouldn't mind playing her. NECA going up against Atlanta. I do like it. 10-4. I mean, it's NECA. She's been cooking. She's been playing pretty well. Down game versus Minnesota Lynx, but it's the Minnesota Lynx, a tough defensive team, and that's just what I was talking about with the AT and Satu Sabally. It just makes sense in regards to that to come down. Gabby Williams is playing out of her mind lately. 8,300. If you land there, you want to get down there to as a mid-tier, late-night hammer type spot. I could see it. I'm not necessarily going to force it. I will say that. But I do think if Gabby goes out there and has another great game, GPP option for me, of course, that her price is probably going to be 8.8, 8.7 the next slate. Like, she's just going to keep on ticking up and going up as we just continue to see it. Outside of that, Essie Magbagor, she's going to have that game eventually, but I'm not too sure if this is going to be the spot necessarily where I need to chase and go towards Essie. So I'm not going to force it here in this position, this spot. And then Skylar Diggins-Smith at that 10K price tag. Again, I'm just really kind of firmly planted on getting up to Cloud. And then if Fee was to miss, then it's going to primarily be me trying to get to Courtney Williams. So GPP option, you could definitely get there. Not something that I'm going to say, no, you can't play, but something just to keep in mind right there. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Definitely made this a much shorter video than my first video. So good luck to everybody. Again, subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the content. If you are looking for more sauce, more stuff, check the link down in the description for the Patreon. We cashing out over on Pat. Good luck to everybody. Thunder the fuck up. Peace.